Another. So Element Climbing. Not only did they send us a set of boomerangs, they sent me this awesome Element Climbing t-shirt. The best thing, this t-shirt is next gen. You can move the logo wherever you want. It's awesome. I think they may be ripping off a hockey team. But this is the intensity from Element Climbing. 3 holds in this set. Again, nice neon orange. People seem to. We love neon holds over here. Great big smiley face. All of them are fairly smiley. What you're looking at is 3, maybe 4 hands of slightly in cut. They are in cut with this interesting. I wouldn't even know how to say that. Anyone want to say a word for what this is?
Toothy grin.
Toothy grin?
I don't know.
It's not a tooth,
I'm
it's
not sure
more
what it
wrinkles.
is.
Wrinkles?
The name's intensity, and I don't know how that makes it any more intense.
Yeah.
I guess they're just intensity lines.
Well, if it rains, like it'll sneak through, so you can. Like,
But how does that relate to intensity?
Because you can climb in a storm. You're intense.
That's like real, like 7 levels right there.
Yeah.
That is like
No,
the
no.
full 7 levels.
Look
Can
at
you bring it to
that.
like 2 levels?
I don't know. It looks like an old man's wrinkled grin.
Could be like a pumpkin face grin, maybe, because they're orange too.
Yeah, but how is a pumpkin face intense?
Well, it's
I don't know, it's scary. I'm not sure if that's what they had in their mind when they actually did these lines. I would just call them intensity lines. If that's what they're there to do, right?
Yeah, it's whatever you think intense actually is, you know.
What were we saying? So yeah, big 3 or 4 hand, depending on the size of your hands. Slightly in cut scoop. Not quite a jug. Fairly big edge. Maybe a ledge. As always, you're looking at little ditty Element Climbing. This one's a little bit more inset than everything else. Inset washer.
Dave. Fuck, we're just not having any luck today, man.
No, seriously.
There, that worked.
Thanks, Dave. Hollow backed, which is really quite nice. But even though these guys are hollow backed, they're actually still. I was commenting to Chris earlier. These guys are still actually pretty heavy. They're not super heavy, but they're not exactly light. But what you're looking at, one end, you're going from a pad all the way through to 2 pads in the middle, all the way through. Now, the shape without these intensity lines, as we like to call them, would have actually been just a really nice shape without this added detail, the added, bother of the mould and the other, looks like, a fair bit of Dremel on knife work. There would have been really nice holds without them, nice, smooth, big holds, But it gives it a little bit of character. We'll see how it goes. Side pulls will be quite interesting because you may catch your skin a little bit on these edges. Number 2, same thing as before. Inset washer, intensity lines, screw hole, hollow backed as well, which is really quite nice. This guy's actually heavier, despite being small. It's actually heavier than the first one. There's a lot of material on these guys. They're not massively deep, they're not super huge, but they've got a good weight to them. This guy's way more in cut than the last one. Much deeper. Again, you're going from pad one end, pad and a half the other. Center, you're looking at 2.5 to maybe 3 pads. 3 hands, 4 if you've got small hands. But you're looking again at a really nice smooth radius, even with these lines, nice and smooth. And you're looking at, again, I'm looking roof on these guys. He said until you get up to the 3rd one, which is going to be horrible on the roof. So this is the 3rd intensity. You're looking at 2, maybe 3 hands, depending. If anyone has 3 hands and is climbing 3 hands, you're cheating. 3 hands, 3 hands. In the middle, this guy is just in the middle of the in cuts is like not very in cut, fairly in cut, and this guy that's slap bang in the middle, which is more like a ledge than anything else. The intensity lines on this guy are a little bit deeper and a little bit more pronounced than the last two, but you're looking at, again at the end, one pad either end, the centre's two pads. This guy isn't hollow backed, which is kind of surprising because you could have scooped out a little bit of stuff from this, but not too much. Texture's really nice, kind of grippy. Element has this really good texture that seems to go all the way through their range, and they don't think it doesn't change too much. Again, colour's a little bit washed out, which is kind of surprising. You can't see through them like you did with the other ones, but you know, the colour's a little bit washed out. There's a couple of pits and scrapes from where these guys have been shipped and they got knocked around a little bit, which is pretty well usual. Sanding is not too bad on this guy. Sanding's a little bit off on this end, but nothing too bad. So these guys are the intensity.
Peace.
Pumpkin ring.